Alright, what is going on? Today we're going to be talking about salary negotiation. Salary negotiation is extremely important as it could be costing you thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars if you're doing it wrong. I'm Kazu, I'm an engineering career coach and I've helped hundreds land high paying roles. And I've also worked in engineering for up to a decade. So I know a thing or two about salary negotiation and I've been able to negotiate thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in salary increases throughout my career. Alright, let's go. First of all, congrats if you're watching this. If you're in a position such that you're able to negotiate for your salary, chances are you're about to get an offer soon. And you're going to be able to provide a high quality life for yourself, friends, family. This means things like food, bills, utilities, and things like having fun will essentially be covered because you've worked hard for it. You deserve it. Okay, so here are 3 phrases I like to use. First one being, although I'm really grateful. So for example, although I'm really grateful for the offer at $69,000, I'd like the offer to be incentivized a bit more. And then at this point, be ready to talk about some justification about why you should be incentivized for a little bit more. So to be ready to talk about your skill set, results, accomplishments, and how they are a market fit for the company. The next phrase you could be using is, I'm very thankful and appreciative. Ultimately, I recommend these type of phrases because you do not want to come across as entitled when you're negotiating salary. And gratitude is a far better message to deliver and receive in this type of scenario. Next would be, can this be incentivized a little bit more? You could say something along the lines of, can this offer be incentivized a little bit more for me to leave my current role? And you can add that, I'm very satisfied at my current role, but given my results and accomplishments, I'd like the offer to be incentivized a little bit more. And if you do this well, the recruiter or hiring manager will be something like, sure, what are you thinking? And then you can hash out that discussion then and there. All right, so some of the things that you need to be doing before salary negotiation: do your research. Do not go in blind and make sure you understand what salary you are looking for. You absolutely need to be in touch with your relative market value and know what you're asking. Number 2, know exactly what you're going to say. Just understand the underlying frameworks of salary negotiation, understand what type of phrases that you may be using, and ultimately one of the best things you can do is just internalize that you are the prize and that the company should be paying top dollar for you. If you are able to do this, then salary negotiation will be able to come a lot more naturally. You won't feel thoughts, you won't feel imposter syndrome, you won't be like, oh, do I even deserve to be asking for this much? If you internalize that you are the prize. Next would be to practice. So practice exactly what you're going to say over and over and over again. So practice in front of a mirror, practice in front of friends, family, colleagues. You just want to make sure that these people you're practicing with are going to be safe people because salary negotiation is a touchy subject and it can be kind of awkward. And depending on the specific case of salary negotiation, whether you're doing it in phone, email, or in person, there are certain things that you also want to practice. Things like body language, things like vocal tonality are all small factors that will aid in your success to be able to negotiate for a higher salary. And I touched on this earlier, but you want to definitely internalize that you are the prize. You want to be confident in your skills and abilities such that you can deliver for the role. A lot of this comes with experience. You want to make sure you're constantly refining your skill set and you're getting things done. And just throughout, say, the job interview, you want to be able to brag about your resume. And of course, do that in a humble manner. Ultimately, I think to become more confident, you need to become more competent. So overall, regarding salary negotiation, do your research, be prepared with what you're going to say, have an answer for when the employer asks, sure, what are you thinking? Have an answer for if and when the employer says no. This is a big one right here because sometimes you're going to get something like, oh, due to the budget we have for the position, we can't allocate any more salary for this. This is the best we can do. And sometimes you might have to just suck it up or just walk away. So be ready for that game as well. And also be outcome independent. Try to set yourself up such that you don't really care about the position. Life is kind of funny in the way that you kind of get things when you don't need them. And then when you need them, you don't get them. Career, business, relationships, everything's kind of like that. The more outcome independent you are, the more likely it is that you will get it. So one of the things is to be able to set your resume and interviewing skills up so that you can get multiple job offers, which leads into just being able to be ready for you not getting the offer that you want. It's not going to be the end of the world, even if it's going to be your dream job. Life is going to move on and there will be plenty of opportunities for you to get. And regarding salary negotiation, you do not want to come across as entitled. The last thing you should be doing is asking for more money but not have any business justification as to why they should be paying you more money. A company is ultimately hiring you because you are going to be a business asset to them and you are going to be making them more money than they're going to be paying you. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense for the company to be hiring you. Do not be the first one to bring this up to HR or hiring manager. I know you may be impatient about getting the job that you want, but I know you're really excited to land the job, but the salary discussion will come up by the employer, the recruiter, or hiring manager. So do not be the one to bring it up. And under no circumstances do you go in and not do research. So use websites such as Glassdoor, Indeed, Salary.com, income, and that should give you an understanding of what the market value is for that position that you are applying and interviewing for. So throughout my decade of experience in engineering, salary negotiation comes in three forms. It's going to be either by phone, by email, or in person. So email is probably the easiest way. You're going to get some type of congratulatory offer that states the conditions of your offer and it's going to state your salary. And the way that you can negotiate this is to write a salary negotiation letter that you can then send. It's pretty easy process, minimal face-to-face interaction. This is one scenario that can come across. Another is going to be by phone. So during the interview process, after your last interview with the hiring manager, you will get a call, say 1 to 2 weeks after your job interview. And this is when the recruiter or hiring manager will congratulate you and extend you an offer. At this point, even before this phone call, you need to be prepared with what you're going to ask for, what you're going to say, and what you want. And lastly is going to be salary negotiation in person. Salary negotiation in person is going to be a lot harder than either by phone or by email. You're gonna have to focus on things like vocal tonality, body posture, language, and it can be a lot more intimidating, but the underlying principles still stay the same. You still do not want to come across as entitled, and you still want to be thankful and appreciative, and you still want to be ready for the things that I described earlier. So some of the phrases that I came across, so you can mention some of the phrases that I described because you do not want to come across as entitled, and you will be good to go. So use these underlying tips and frameworks to increase the chances of a successful salary negotiation so that you can increase your salary by thousands if not tens of thousands of dollars. This has worked for both me and hundreds of my clients. And additionally, if you need more help, if you need more job interviews, and if you're not getting offers, it's because you're not using the right frameworks. So I do resumes, cover letters, interviews, LinkedIn optimization, tools that can help you get a higher paying job. So you can see those in the link in the description.